Welcome to the Craft Test, everyone. My name is Vanessa, and on today's DIY video, I am super excited to make these Geode resin coffee mug coasters using supplies from the Hippie Crafter. I used their epoxy kit resin and hardener and their pearlescent mica powders. This is the first time I've worked with resin, and I have to say that working with Hippie Crafter's materials was super easy. So let's get on with today's project. So Hippie Crafter sent me over this epoxy kit resin and hardener along with these gorgeous mica powder colors. I have never worked with resin before. I've always been a little too afraid. It looked too difficult, too complicated, but this kit is awesome to work with. And look at these colors for these powders. You can make so many things. The set comes with 24 different colors in gorgeous pearlescent colors. And the resin and the hardener is super easy to use. So I'm going to show you some of the colors that came in this kit, and I'm going to link everything below in the video so you can try it out yourselves. If you've never worked with resin before, I highly recommend Hippie Crafter's set. Like I said before, I've never worked with resin before, but this was super easy. So let's look at how gorgeous these colors are. So I always wanted to make these geode coffee mug coasters that I've seen online, but it just seemed like it was way too difficult to work with resin. But obviously Hippie Crafter's kit has proven me wrong. So what I'm doing is I am using the mica powders, and I used a light yellow, a light blue, grass green, and a Carolina blue. And with a brush, I'm painting the mold, which I will link that mold below as well. If you want to purchase that mold, I got it off of Amazon. I'll put all of the materials below. So what I'm going to do is, in the color that I envision this coaster to be, I'm going to paint the mold, and then we're going to pour the resin in. So let's finish off this part so we can continue with the resin. So now that I finished painting the coaster, I did add some gold leaf flakes to it, and I'm pouring the resin mixture. So all you have to do is measure 1 part resin to 1 part hardener and mix them very well. So the materials that you're going to need are really a flat bottom paint stir or spatula, some disposable measuring or mixing containers or little buckets or cups, a brush or foam roller if you want to spread it, something to cover your working surface with, and definitely use rubber gloves and protective eyewear. I'm really just using my glasses and rubber gloves because you really don't want to get it on your hands. The mixture is super easy to mix. All I did was take the resin and the hardener and mix 1 part resin to 1 part hardener and mix it very well. And as you can see, all I did is I'm pouring it into the mold and then you're going to let it dry. I am going to use a heat gun. I did have a heat gun to remove any bubbles. I'm actually tapping it to remove some of the bubbles, and whatever I see, I'm just going to take a heat gun to blow those out. So let's continue with this part. So this is it. It has finally hardened. I let it dry for about 24 hours because one, I was busy doing other things, but usually it'll dry before that. And I am so excited to see how this turns out. The first one that I did, and I'm going to do many more. I also plan on using some jewelry molds that I have and using Hippie Crafter's resin to make that. It comes out really, really easy, and it looks fantastic. So if you've never worked with resin before, I definitely recommend working with Hippie Crafter's supplies. I will link everything below. Thanks for watching, everyone.